The street at night. On the sidewalk, little knots of people stand around talking in low voices. At the end of each conversation, they look toward Les Goodman's house. From the various houses, we can see candlelight but no electricity. The quiet that blankets the whole area is disturbed only by the almost whispered voices of people standing around in one group. Charlie stands staring across at the Goodman's house. Two men stand across the street from it in almost sentry-like poses.
It just doesn't seem right, though, keeping watch on them. Why? He was all right when he said one of our neighbors. Why, I've known Ethel Goodman ever since we moved in. We've been good friends.
You best watch what you're seeing, Steve, until we get this all straightened out.
Stay right where you are, Steve. We don't want any trouble, but this time, if anybody sets foot on my porch, that's what they're going to get. Trouble. Look, Les.
I've already explained to you people, I don't sleep very well at night. Sometimes I get up and take a walk, and I look up at the sky, I look at the stars.
Exactly what he does. Why this whole thing is, it's some kind of madness or something. That's exactly what it is, some kind of madness.
You best watch what you're seeing, Steve, until we get this all straightened out. You ain't exactly above suspicion yourself.
Or you, Charlie, or any of us. It seems from age 8 on up.
Charlie, the lights just went on in your house. Why did the lights just go on?
There's nothing else we can do. One of them all tip their hand.
Something you can do. Charlie, you can go home and keep your mouth shut. You can quit strutting around like a self-appointed judge and climb into the bed and forget it. You might as well come out now. Your wife's done plenty of talking, Steve, about how odd you are.
You sound real obnoxious. You have that happen, Steve. I think we'd better keep our eye on you too.
Go ahead, what's my wife said, let's get it all out. Let's pick out every idiosyncrasy of every single man, woman, and child on the street. And then we might as well set up some kind of citizen's court. How about a firing squad at dawn, Charlie, so we can get rid of all the suspects. Narrow them down, make it easier for you. No need getting so upset, Steve. It's just that, well, Milo's talked about how there's been plenty of nights you spent hours down in your basement working on some kind of radio or something. Well, none of us have ever seen that radio.
Go ahead, tell us what she said.
Go ahead, what's my wife said, let's get it all out. Let's pick out every idiosyncrasy of every single man, woman, and child on the street. And then we might as well set up some kind of citizen's court. How about a firing squad at dawn, Charlie, so we can get rid of all the suspects. Narrow them down, make it easier for you. No need getting so upset, Steve. It's just that, well, Milo's talked about how there's been plenty of nights you spent hours down in your basement working on some kind of radio or something. Well, none of us have ever seen that radio.
Go ahead, Steve. What kind of radio set are you working on? I never seen it. Neither has anyone else. Who do you talk to on that radio set? And who talks to you?
You, Charlie, how come you're so dense all of a sudden? Who do I talk to? I talk to monsters from outer space. I talk to 300 green men who fly over here and don't look like meteors.
Steve, please. It's just a RAM radio, that's all. I bought him a book myself. It's just a ham radio set. A lot of people have it. I can show it to you. It's right down in the basement.
Show them nothing. If they want to look inside your house, let them go and get a search warrant.
Look, buddy, you can't afford to.
Start telling me who's safe and dangerous, who isn't, and who's safe. and who's a menace. He turns to the group and shouts, and you're with him too, all of you. You're standing here, all set to crucify, all set to find a scapegoat, all desperate to find some kind of finger at a neighbor. Well now, look friends, the only thing that's gonna happen is that we'll eat each other up alive. That's not the only thing that could happen to us. A shotgun. No, will anybody think a thought around here? Will you people wise up? What good would a shotgun do against? No more talk, Steve. You are going to talk us into a grave. You'd let whatever's out there walk right over us, wouldn't you? Well, some of us won't. No more talk, Steve. You are going to talk us into a grave. You'd let whatever's out there walk right over us, wouldn't you? Well, some of us won't.